Hello everyone, welcome to the first episode of Moe's Tool Talk. Now, I urge you to stick around. I know this is going to be a long video, but I urge you to stick around because I'm going to be showing you quite a bit of artwork, original artwork that I've been doing for my favorite band, Tool. And I'm even wearing a Tool shirt. So, I don't want to drag this out too long, so let's get right into it. So, as you know, if you've been watching my videos, I am a huge Tool fan, and B, I am a Patreon to the Trash Talkers. There is a YouTube channel that I watch. They have rappers react. Our gracious hosts are Berenger Bynes and Larry Cowan. Awesome guys. Check out their channel. There's a link to their channel on my homepage, for this channel, so you can always click there. I can leave a link in the description below, so you can go and check them out there. So anyway, I've been preparing something for a while now. It's something I started kind of for myself, but when I started watching the Trash Talkers, it's because they would do something called Tool Tuesday. When I first started watching them, like almost a good 3 years ago now. It's been a while. I've been a Patreon since January of 2022. So it's been a while. Now, I I already sent them a drawing, okay, which you could probably find if you go to my Facebook page, which is under the same name. Look for the same profile picture. It's the same thing, so you can always check me out over there. But what I want to show you is something I'm. It's a work in progress, mind you. This is all a work in progress. For one reason or another, I kind of not abandoned it, but it's on hiatus. I do strongly plan to go back to it, but there's so much happening in my life right now. I don't necessarily have the time or energy to put to it like I want to, because you'll see why when I get to it. Yeah. For the first thing, I'm going to set up my trusty easel so that I can show you this in proper detail. And like I said, it's a work in progress. It's not quite done yet. This is the Book of Tool, as you've seen in the thumbnail. Of course, if you clicked on the thumbnail, then you know that you have an idea of what's coming. So, inside here is some artwork. It's, basically album by album in chronological order. Well, let's just get into it. As you open it up, okay, and I kind of protecting the binding. It's the illustrated. Oh, I'll show you the binding. I had to put some tape over it, but it's Tool's illustrated lyrics. So that's what this really is all about. It's not just a book of Tool. Here's the back. Here's the back of it. I'll just show you a little bit. There's the right side. A little Mandela thing, and then around the corner, I'll move this for the moment. Around the corner, it says, "We are eternal. All this pain is an illusion. Believe in nothing." You know, a few things that you learn from Tool. Among other things. But let's get into it. I really am curious. Anxious to show you what's inside because I love this stuff. And like I said, this is going to be quite a bit of a longer format of a video. I really hope you enjoy this. And stay tuned, because not only am I showing you this, there's there's a few more little projects that I'm working on with Tool, about Tool, not with Tool, but about Tool, that you have to see. It's been yeah. So let's go. As you open it up, okay, this is a design, of course, that was borrowed from the latest album, um, because I started doing the book of Tool and in for like maybe 2 years ago, 2 and 3. Oh gosh, no, about 4. Not too long before watching. So a good 3 4 years. It's not too long before I discovered the Trash Talkers. So I'm gonna stand up for this so I can see everything and get this all in the frame properly. Here we go. I don't want too much reflection on it. I want you to see everything pretty clear, crisp and clear. Get it all in. Oh, I don't want it to tip over either. So, alright. Now, this is rice paper that I kind of, or as you will, tracing paper that I put over, like, taped over the front of the cover here to give it a kind of intro cover. And as you see, it's transparent, so what is underneath should show up. And what's underneath, of course, would be, that. So as you see, there's parts I didn't go over so that it would actually transfer over onto the other side. I hope you can see that pretty clearly. I'm at a bad angle there. So let's get up like this a little bit. No, let's keep it like that. So now, as we go along, so that's the cover page, basically right there. Then you get with the table of contents, which these are the lyrics right here, and of course it starts off with like sweat and hush and part of me and cold and ugly and so on and so forth. It's just the lyrics. Anything that doesn't have any lyrics to it is not written down in there. And it's starting off with these 6 albums. So, with the Opiate, Undertow, Anima, Lateralis, 10,000 Days, and I tried to keep it in the style of the album art as faithful as possible, adding, and yeah, again, if you know me, that's all dotted, dot by dot by dot. You'll see quite a bit of that in some of the artwork that's to follow. So, as you go, you get Opiate here, which I'll take this off for a second to show you. Oh, that's the wrong side. Oh, it's pretty, oh, sorry about that. So here, there's Opiate 92. All hand drawn. That's all pen, and that's all done with just like, dollar store pens and stuff. Mostly, I like mostly black and red. Try to use black and red a lot with, of course, the natural outline of the white. But as you see, make sure this is not going to fall over. You get the lyrics starting with sweat and hush. Then some more lyrics with part of me, cold and ugly, jerk off. And there's the band names underneath: the Maynard James Keenan, Paul D'Amour, Danny Carey, Adam Jones. And then you continue with the title track, which gets his own like special 2-page, with the. And again, that's all you can see. It's done with pencil crayon. It's done with pencil crayon, and pencil and pen and whatever, and gel pens like the blue there, the blue stuff here. That's all gel pens and pens. It's just different stuff. I try to keep it consistent in that. So, and then yeah, there's the lyrics for Opiate. And it's all accurate, as close as I can get. I'm a perfectionist when it comes to that. And then now we're with Undertow from 93. Oh, not from 93. And that's again done with pencil crayon, as accurate as I can. Starting off with Intolerance. And then you got Prison Sex, and then you got Sober, Bottom. There, the first picture. There's Maynard. Yeah, I'm gonna have at least one as it goes along. There's gonna be a picture of each of the band members slowly showing up. The first one is Maynard, of course, because he's the man, and of course then there's Crawl Away and Swamp Song next to him, just because. And then you continue, and this picture is not supposed to show up yet. I like putting it near Undertow because it kind of represents, but this is actually something that comes from Anima instead, and yeah, it does. But I like the idea that you can have him like, because it's based on that poster where he could be going. You could look at him going down, or you could turn it upside down and he's coming up. So it's the same picture but just in reverse. And then you got 4 Degrees, is my favorite song off of Undertow. And then then you have Flood, the last song. Down here is all that stuff from Disgustipated a little bit here, and another just a little random logo just to fill the space. And then for the cover page of Anima, I cannibalized an old, the one that had the crack cover that I replaced with a newer one that still had a crack case. Unfortunately, if you saw my tool videos, yeah, so I cannibalized that and glued that onto the page here. And of course, it's 96. And don't you like the effect I used to get the blurriness for the Anima? It's just using the little dots things that I do. Learn to swim, see you down in Arizona Bay. That's what this is about. And of course, now because it's the new guy coming in, the new bass player Justin Chandler. So you got the Danny Carey, Justin Chandler, Adam Jones, Maynard, James Keenan, with the band name right here, Tool. And then of course you got Bill Hicks, and then some more artwork with the album names here. But then you start with Stinkfist. Then you got Eulogy, H, and they're all numbered, so 18, 19, and then you're gonna go 20, which is 46 and 2, and here's my hand drawing of Adam Jones. I wish I would have taken just a little more time, but I did this by eye, just with a pen and just scribbling, and then using some just try to get a nice color balance going on there. It was a hard picture to do, but I hope it looks like him enough. I hope you guys can tell that that's supposed to be Adam Jones. Anyway, let's continue. And then of course the controversial title, Hooker with a Penis, which is he's talking about some stupid interviewer that was just it's about a stupid idiot that he was interviewing. Here's your intermission, then, because you're gonna get into Jimmy and then Push It, and right here it says it says see pages 19 and 20 for Cesareo's summability images. The thing where right next to Undertow where he's going up and down there in the water. Yeah, that's what that refers to. That's where it's supposed to go. It's supposed to be a part of Push It, but I stuck it next to Undertow because I just thought it was more appropriate there for some stupid reason. Should have went there. Should have came over here more. But then I did. I wish I would have did a better job on it. I'm not satisfied with this picture, but that's Anima. It's the Arizona Bay. I didn't put there's no California. That's the islands of California, and there's Arizona Bay. Then there's of course the lyrics. As much as I can. Learn to swim. And of course you can't finish off with, and there's so much for Third Eye. It takes 2 pages. Because it starts off with the all that stuff from Bill Hicks, and then the lyrics, which is pretty deep. Every lyric from Maynard's deep. Now we're going to go into see what's supposed to be next. Wait, where's that? Third eye. Oh, it's blank. It's blank. You know why? Because the next album is Lateralis, and I haven't started it yet because I need to be able to take my time. I want to take my time and concentrate and do a much better job than I have been doing so far in the book, because it's my favorite album of all time. Like, not of just a Tool, but of everything. Every album out there is the greatest. So from here on in, it's kind of blank. But it's not done with the book yet. I'm gonna move this. I'm gonna move this box out of the way because that was a stand. There's I have something at the end of it too. A couple of just random, still a part of the fear inoculum design. But this is totally just a random thing I felt like doing. I like the look of it. And of course, again, Believe in Nothing. That's from Anima. But that's the book of Tool so far from what I've gotten. Yeah, when I try to do the chapters for Lateralis, it has to come out right. It has to come out special. I don't want to goof around with that. So yeah, you can see with the glitter and then the black in there, and that was put on in a special way with stencil. So yep, once I'm done with this, I'm sending it to the Trash Talkers tribe, because this is going to be their future book of Tool with all the lyrics and everything. And even when I'm done all that lyrics, it's not going to take the whole thing, because there's so there's so much more to fill in here. I could probably put a new section for a perfect circle, or maybe even Pussifer. Hopefully, I could fit all three. That would be insane, but I doubt that. I'm strictly focusing on Tool stuff mostly. Anything peripheral would have to be such a side note. The main focus is Tool. That's the band. Maynard's the man. Now, I'm gonna put the. No, I'm not gonna put the microphone back because I have what. Now, what I need to show you here, my next little thing. Now, I started this 10 years ago. I just dug it out, okay, because I I worked on it for maybe about maybe 3 months here and there, as much as I could, and then I just didn't have the time and opportunity. So much, again, with so much was happening in my life. I can live such a chaotic life sometimes. So this next project, I had to, I don't know, because again, I was obsessed. I'm obsessed with the album Lateralis. It is the greatest album that ever existed. And when I say obsessed, I'm not joking. I am obsessed about that album. I have spent countless nights thinking about that album. And like, I wanted to start a comic book based on just the music, of the album. Starting with, like, each chapter of this comic book would be like a song. Like the first like the first book I'm at, it'd be like in chapters, but the first book would be The Grudge, and then the second book would be Eon Blue Apocalypse slash The Patient, because that would be all the second book. And then the third book would be starting off with like an intro of Mantra, and then leading into. Yeah, I think that album is set up in certain chapters. Like, even though Eon Blue Apocalypse is the second track, it's still the intro to Patient. And even though Mantra is a separate track, it's still the intro into Schism. So I started right from the beginning, and I knew this was going to be a big project, and yeah, I got to maybe 8 pages. 1, 2, 3. I can't wait to show you. 4, 5, 6, 7, eight pages, okay? And I want to show you, try to, in the order that they're supposed to go and how they would unfold, okay? Because you would have, it's like, it's going to be in a book form, and they're quite big. The pictures are quite big, but it's supposed to be shrunk down to like comic book size. So when you're looking at the book, it'll be this big rather than you draw it extra bigger so that when you go and print it, you shrink it down. So, I mean, this was just a project I started. So, we're going to start with the book one. And I won't, like I said, it's only 8 pages. And it's supposed to have a lot more pages for this first book. And this is only the first song. So, how the concept of this goes. Okay, I'm going to take the whole thing. So, here it is. Here's a comic book for the garage. So here's the first page. This would be actually the cover. The cover would be here, and the next page, like the page here, when you start, like the titles in that would be like here, or the like in previous, it would be like the table of content, whatever. But yeah, you open up the book, and then this is actually page 2 because this is page 1, which would be something else, But as you know, the garage starts with somebody pressing this first panel here would be silent. Now each panel as you go along is going along with the beat of like the measure of the bars and stuff in the track. So as you know how the garage starts, it starts with a press of the button, click, click, bzzz, and then and then kind of repeating the same pattern with the 4 and then the 8 and then the 4. And it's following beat by beat if you go along. And if you see when they press the button, it sets off something targeting this guy's brain, this creature from it's a different dimension, but it's connected to our dimension, and he has these thoughts in his brain. And as it goes along, there's something and like an equal and opposite force thing that's attracting it to itself, and it's starting, creating some. It's creating this this buzz in his brains, and they start coming alive and breaking out of their shells, and bloodsuckers, ticks and leeches. Basically, I started right here, and I'll explain that why in a minute. How this ticks and leeches actually starts off in this guy's brain. But then you would turn the page, okay, and I kind of put each one back to back. So as you would turn the page, whoa. So I'll explain this one here first but they would go side by side. So as it goes along, again, there's after those next 4 bars, you get the 8 bars again, and I put it with the was the I Ching thing there for the Bagwas and that. Yeah, so they're all solid and ending up with all unsolid, and so and then it goes, doom 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 doom, as it goes down, and then it's like, yeah. So is that in the right order? I just gotta double check because it would go. Oh no, I'm sorry. I gotta readjust. That's not how it goes. Okay, I'm putting it in the proper order now, actually. Yeah, sorry about that. I thought something was off about the presentation. Actually, yeah. Sorry. So no. You turn over. Sorry, these are the first two pages. Sorry, correction. Yeah, that's how it first starts. These are the first two pages, okay? And you see, not these are the first bars of just the music part as it's going. And so you see the numbers and that the calculation of things are going into his head with the Roman numerals, and then the worms coming out, and the worms are actually coming out of his throat chakra kind of thing. You can see a little bit of it in the corner. Yeah. So when you open it up, it's supposed to be like that. Okay. That's the first two pages as you open. I think there's a I was supposed to be doing a cool splash page to introduce the album, but then you would open it, and that would be the first two pages. Page 2, page 3, because page 1 would be here, and then there's just actually the book cover here. So sorry about that. So you would turn that over, and boom, that's the first two pages. Now I want to get to the next two pages. As you turn that over, as you turn that over, you get into that. So it starts out. You can see some of the lyrics already. That's where the lyrics start. Wear the grudge like a crown of negativity, and then calculate what we will or will not tolerate. Desperate to control all and everything, unable to forgive your scarlet letterman. I'm gonna darken up the writing a little bit to make them a little bit more apparent. But that's the first four panels of the lyrics as it goes. And again, it follows the meter of the song as closely as possible. Give you another look, and you see how the chakras are from his throat. Okay, are attacking this other dude. Okay, and and it's like he catches it and it's affecting him. and the A is kind of like it represents alpha, like an alpha male, and it's basically he's being bullied, and he's negatively reacting, a grudge against his bully, and then as it's attacking him, that's I don't know if you can see how that is, and then of course because when it's at the end of that, you see unable to forgive your scarlet letterman, and then it has the bang 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 dang dang bang dong 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 doom 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 as it goes along. So that's that's those two pages, and then we go like that in that order. There we go, line that up. Now we're gonna get to the next two pages, and like I said, I only have 8 pages here. So we're looking at pages pages 6 and 7, which are 5 and 6 of what I've drawn. So these would be the next two pages where you see the lyrics come back in. Clutch it like a cornerstone, otherwise it all comes down. Justify denial's end. Grip him to the lonesome end. Just to give you an idea. See, it's anchoring it. The grudge itself is, the cornerstone is anchoring itself to Saturn. Justify denial's end, grip him to the lonesome end, and then Then again, clutch it like a cornerstone, otherwise it all comes down. Terrified of being wrong, ultimatum prison cell. You know, some more symbolic representations. And then so Saturn ascends, choose 1 or 10. Hang on or be humbled again. Humbled again. Yeah, yeah. And then, of course, this is the next page that would be right like next to it. So let me line that up. Because now that white border around there is not supposed to be there. Just try to imagine it connected, as it'd be. When you open up, that would be connected. That white border would not be. That white border would not be around it. It would be connected together. So it'd be like, yeah, pretty straight on. And then it continues. It continues with. Let's go with this one. So it could. It continues. Clutch it like a cornerstone. Otherwise, it all comes down. So it's repeating. Justify the nails and crimson to the lonesome men. Saturn ascends. Comes round again. Saturn ascends. The 1, the 10. Ignorant to the damage done. Because it's attacking the heart, It's ignorant to the damage done. The force, of the... And I'm using a little bit of Egyptian symbolism in here too, with the sun god and everything, and yeah, there's a bit of that, a tiny bit of biblical references of course the Ten Commandments and the Bible stuff and everything. So that's how that goes. So again, these two pictures, these two pages would be in that order. Now, again, so next, the last 2 pages that I've done, and you'll see where I stopped drawing. So you're going to see some incomplete parts of this, but this is where it was going. If you're going to see that, and again, that border's not supposed to be there. It's supposed to be connecting, so the snakes are basically together. So I'll go one at a time, and this, of course, is after the damage is done. And people pointing fingers at each other, and in a way. That's, if you know what that symbol is, good for you. Try to do the chakra stuff as accurate as possible here, because it's all about chakra attacking and greed and different things, different symbolisms, So I was debating whether to keep that white behind there, because I like the way the red the red and black kind of blends against the background of white. It'd be nice not having a nice blank space there. So you get the concept of that, don't you? Yeah, so, and of course that would be that's the last page I kind of ended up drawing. There's supposed to be stuff up here, and then a little bit more stuff down here, to fill in the rest. But yeah, I kind of got abandoned because it would continue, again. Wear your grudge like a crown of negativity. Calculate what we will and will not tolerate. Desperate to control all and everything. Unable to forgive your scarlet element. And then you would turn it around, and then it'd be in big bold letters, because he's yelling more. Wear your grudge like a crown. Calculate what we will. It would continue like that. So that, of course, and you recognize that's part of the actual cover art, borrowing it for the concept of the comic, because I'm going to incorporate a little bit of imagery that's actually from the from the the cover art of the band itself, just a little bit here and there. But yeah, that is a project I was attempting to do. I'm gonna put the mic back here and then get this up a little bit. I like it like this. Yeah, here we go. Put this back here. Get a little closer. There we go. All right. So yeah, I hope you liked that. That was projects that I should be continuing to work on, and if my life situation improves, I will be working on that. It is a passion of mine. I'm kind of heartbroken that I haven't continued with it. I want to see where it goes. And all that Bristol board was actually a Christmas gift from my brother when he was working at a dollar store himself. So he was able to get a discount. So he bought me a whole case of like 50, like a couple of cases of like 50 Bristol board each, and you basically you cut them half, and it's 1 foot by a foot and a half. So you shrink it down. When you shrink it down to the proper size, it would be yeah, it would be it's supposed to be comic book size. For an example, it should be this size. Yeah, I have this out because I'm looking at this. I'm looking at this for inspiration because it's so inspirational. Inspirational. Yeah, Frank Miller's Sin City. It's awesome. So this is going to conclude this episode, this first episode of Moe's Tool Talk. Hope you enjoy it. Come back for more. When I have more about this topic, I will let you know. You'll see here first, of course. Keep tuning in. Subscribe to my channel so you can catch stuff like this. I got a lot more interesting stuff to show you in future videos, and it's just not going to be only the Moe'S CD Culture Show and Tell. That's the main channel, but these are little side projects that I'm going to start sprinkling in here and there, little programs on my channel. So again, everybody, take care, be safe, have a good day, evening, night, wherever you may be. I will see you on the flip side, and bye bye everyone. Have a good one.